This entire setup is unreal. This is better than I could have even imagined as a kid. Welcome home, Rep Pack. Marcus here, and welcome to Comfort Cartoons, the show where I collect absolutely everything from the late 90s, 2000s, all the way to the modern day, and I'm also trying to create the world's biggest Spongebob and Nickelodeon collection. But not just that, the creator of this channel is not very helpful for cleaning, so she's not going to be here to help us, unfortunately. But either way, I hope you guys are having an amazing day. But if not, you guys know the drill. Nickelodeon VHS and DVD camera flip.
Now available on video cassette.
It's Nick Jr. Here comes the show now. Nick Jr.'s on video.
It's about to get a whole lot brighter, Rep Pack, because your boy is here, and today is going to be so much fun because we're going to be revamping a whole section of the room today. And not just that, archiving and showing all the DVDs and VHSs we've collected so far, along with putting them on our brand new shelf. But the only, what's going to be fun for you guys, it's going to be a lot quicker, but for me, it's going to be a lot of work and dusting and pesky particles, single cell atoms. Haven't come up with enough terms for germs and dust yet. Over here is the section we are going to be revamping, and that is the DVD section. And you guys can see I take a lot of pride in the collection here and how we display everything and keeping it looking clean. This section does not look like somebody that takes pride in their collection. It looks like a section of somebody who takes pride in chaos and wants to just watch the world burn. Hey, don't you judge me. What are you looking at, huh?
How dare you!
The point is, guys, today though, we are going to be checking out all the DVDs and VHSs that we have been collecting here. There is so much that you can't even see on camera right now. We're going to be adding it all up, and not just that, adding it to these shelves back here. You can see there's a couple items on here right now, but I just put those here in the background because this is also the direction that we stream from. But we're going to be revamping that, putting artwork back up here on the wall. Ryan will show you what the wall looked like previously. Some artwork will be returning, and we're going to be adding some new artwork to this wall back here. And also, the desk setup will stay the same, but we're going to be redecorating this area. And since I don't think we're going to have enough VHS and DVDs to take up a whole shelf, we're also going to redecorate these top 3 shelves right here. So we're going to change this whole section from this ridiculous mess we have right now, and we are going to organize all this stuff here into a very pride-worthy section of this collection. And that rhymed, which is something I felt I should mention. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into cleaning all this stuff up, because you know what we say over here on this channel very brightly.
Cleanliness is next to managerliness.
Okay guys, so we are gonna have to start by cleaning underneath this section. So I'm gonna go through them all. A little butt pivoting it over here. We're gonna be going through all of the VHSs and all the DVDs together, but first I'm gonna go ahead and organize them all. So I'm gonna get the VHS together, the DVDs together, and the video games together, and then we'll go through them together, check out the ones that we added to the collection, and then we're gonna add them section by section into our shelf back here. But for you guys, this is gonna be a lot faster, so let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so we're also going to move all of the Spongebob DVDs because now we're going to have even more space down here for other stuff. The DVDs are going to go over there with the rest of them. Which means we also have to move our Halloween figures. Okay, so they're all here, and look at this wonderland of media. I mean, this is continuing to grow, but man, from where we started, this is unbelievable. You guys know, my goal is to be able to archive and have as much different media preserved here in the collection as we possibly can. And seeing it all out here is really, really awesome, because I've only just seen it in these bins, so I can't wait to put it on the shelf. And this isn't everything. These are all the DVDs, all the Spongebob ones, no duplicates, except for unless they're sealed versus not sealed. And then we have the VHSs right here, all which are Nickelodeon licensed, except for this one right here, which is a blank VHS of a Nickelodeon recording for like 6 hours, so that's awesome. And then over here, this is a bin of all of the different games that we have, but this is not all of them. These are some of the ones we found on our journeys, different ones like that. You guys know we have other games that are over here and a bunch up here, but these ones are all for more display because they're sealed, whereas these are ones that I actually opened, or they were sealed but I couldn't fit them up there. And ultimately I would love to add this stuff over there there eventually too. But like I said, we're waiting for one day to find a grail that can go on top of this arcade cabinet that just really stands out. So for right now, that's where this will stay. But by the end of this video, my goal is to have all those DVDs, VHSs on there. So let's go ahead and start with the VHSs here. We're gonna be going through all of them. I'm gonna clean them, but you guys aren't gonna see that part. And we're gonna put them all on the shelf. And by the end of this video, we should have this entire setup cleaned up and looking better than ever. Okay guys, so we're gonna go through all the VHSs. I'm gonna try to cover them a little bit, but for the most part, we're gonna be moving past them pretty quickly, especially the SpongeBob ones, because I already did a video showing all my SpongeBob media that's on screen right now. So if you wanna check that out along with all the SpongeBob DVDs, go check that video out. But we're gonna go over them, show them all, and Ryan's gonna add a VHS counter on screen for our VHSs so you guys can see where we're at with VHSs, and that way we can calculate how many we have towards the overall collection. So let's go ahead and get started here. First one here, like I said, this is a blank VHS. I got super lucky. Somehow I ended up finding this blank VHS online like years ago, back in 2014 maybe, and the person was watching Home Movies, Baby Blues, Aqua Teen, then C-Lab, then they changed the channel and they were watching SpongeBob as Told by Ginger and Rocket Power. So it has Adult Swim and also Nickelodeon on here from 2002, and it has all the commercials in between and whatnot too. So if you really just want to feel like you're in that vibe, this is the one that I throw on. But going through SpongeBob ones fast here, we have the Halloween special.
I scared everybody.
We have Sponge-O-Rama, a promotional VHS for Where's Gary.
Just take these flyers and hand them out.
Come on, Miss Tuftsy, there's plenty more fun to be had.
Bikini Bottom Bash, The Sponge Who Could Fly.
This is it! I don't know what it means either.
Deep Sea Sillies, Nautical Nonsense, Anchors Away, and a personal one of mine that I wore out to oblivion watching for Club SpongeBob is Sponge Buddies.
Can I have something to eat?
No.
So that's all of these SpongeBob VHSs right there. We do not have that many. I'm still trying to complete the entire set of the SpongeBob VHSs, but that's whole stack right there. We still got 4 more stacks. So I'm gonna put these to the side for right now. Let's move on to the next ones. Now we're gonna be going over Little Bears, you guys, and see how many Little Bear VHSs. We found pretty much all of these in the wild, except for like a handful, I think, that I think may have come in fan mail. So let's go ahead and check these out. We have Little Bears Winter Tales.
Hey.
Little Bear's Family Tales. Little Bear meets Little Bear. Oh wait, no, it's Little Bear meet Little Bear. That makes a lot more sense. I was like, man, Little Bear gets introduced to a mirror. Little Bear Summertime Tales. Little Bear Rainy Day Tales. You'll notice that the Little Bear got a lot of tails for an animal that barely has one. We got Little Bear Campfire Tales. Little Bear Snack Time Tales. Like, that's really stretching the tails thing. We also have Good Night Little Bears. So that's all the Little Bear VHSs right there. And you guys can see on these ones, they have a lot of stickers down here in the bottom. So I'm gonna be cleaning that stuff off, to be honest. But we have the Little Bear set right there. Okay, so now we're doing Blue's Clues. And we got Blue's Safari, Blue's Discoveries, Blue's Storytime, Blue's Birthday, Blue's Pajama Party, Magenta Comes Over, and my personal favorite title, Rhythm in Blue, which is hosted by Face. He works a lot better as a full screen face. Him being attached to a real human kind of looks very creepy. And I just put this one in the stack. It's the only one we have of this particular series, and that is Maggie and the Ferocious Beast. I loved this little, like, I would almost call them like mini episodes. I don't even feel like they had like full length ones, but it was such an awesome little gem whenever you saw Maggie and the Ferocious Beast pop up on screen.
Maggie and the ferocious beast in nowhere land.
So I would love to get more of these. And then now we're into Rugrats, but we only have one Hey Arnold VHS, so I put that one right here. And this one right here was sent by Dawn and Taylor. A couple of these VHSs have been sent by amazing people like you guys in the rep pack through fan mail. And this Hey Arnold's Christmas is one of them. A really hard VHS to get, so I am so grateful to have this one in the collection. So shout out to them, so we have that one. But we also have the Rugrats Decades in Diapers. We have Rugrats Thanksgiving, Rugrats Diaper Duo. We have Rugrats The Santa Experience with a more modern cover. We have Rugrats The Santa Experience with a slightly less modern cover. And then we have the vintage Rugrats Santa Experience Christmas special. And then we even got the Passover. And then there's a Rugrats Vacation.
Pack your diaper bag and get ready to hit the road. The Rugrats are taking their first ever family vacation.
Wow.
Bedtime Bash. The only person I think would do some bash on there is Angelica and the head of Chucky. And then we have Dr. Tommy Pickles. So that concludes all of our Rugrats VHSs. Now for our final section of the VHSs, and that is these really, really thick boys. Things got more cake than Harold. We have Rugrats in Paris, the movie. And then my personal favorite of all of these right here, I gotta say, is the Rugrats in Paris in French. I just think that's such a cool combination. We have Rugrats, the movie. Everybody had this in their VHS cabinet, or at least knew somebody who had this in their VHS cabinet, but likely probably didn't watch it. We have Harriet the Spy. Then we've got Hey Arnold, the movie, which is an amazing film. I highly recommend. But even more than that, I recommend the Jimmy Neutron movie. They're both amazing though. We got Franklin the Green Knight. We got Blues, a musical movie. Musical movie. It sounded like a cow from Charlotte's Web. We have Charlotte's Web right here as well. So that concludes all of our VHSs. So now I'm gonna sit here, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and clean all these guys, get them to a nice crispy shape, and then we're gonna put them all together and we're gonna add them into our shelf here. Then we're gonna have to work our way to DVDs. Okay guys, so we're under the table right now. It's a little bit of a weird angle, but you can see the shelf right here that we're working with. I tried like this. If you see it's like this, it's too tall to do double. I tried like this, and we could do 3 across like this, but then it leaves us with all this room right here that we're not really using to store VHSs. So we're gonna do all of them like this with the cover right here, because thankfully all the VHSs have the labels of what VHS they are on the top. I'm gonna stop talking like this because it kind of looks creepy with my mouth right here like this, the light on it. So let's go ahead and add all of the Blue's Clues ones right here. So boom, that's all the Blue's Clues ones right there. And I'm gonna add our Maggie and the Ferocious Beast on top of that as well. But boom, that's all Blue's Clues right there. And you can see we have so much more room for other VHSs. Okay, adding all the Little Bear ones in. It's actually the same height too with the amount that we have there. So you guys can see we have Little Bear, and if we need more space for more Little Bear VHSs, we can even still go up a little bit. And also for Blue's Clues, we can still go up a little bit. Okay, so I added in the Spongebob ones as well, and I'm gonna go ahead and put our Hey Arnold one, since it's our only Hey Arnold one, on top of the sponge too, because we have the space there. But you guys can see we still have this whole center section here for more VHSs, a little bit more room right here, and honestly a whole nother shelf, I think, because I'm pretty sure the DVDs are only gonna take up these two, and we're still gonna have space. I'm not 100% sure yet, we'll see. And then we could save this whole shelf right here for VHSs and the video games. And again, ultimately this whole shelf is dedicated for DVDs and stuff, so if the stuff up here ever has to get moved, we'll definitely do that in order to fit more media, because we always have the whole rest of the room for displaying items. And it turned out that space was perfect for all the fat case VHS tapes right here. And you can kind of see while we're filming now, that space over there looks just so sick, and it's only going to keep going up with more media. It's going to look so dope, so I can't wait to finish it up. Let's go ahead. And now we got to get into the big boy DVDs. There is a lot of them, but thankfully we've covered all of these ones on another video, so check that video out. If you're wondering what that giant inflatable thing is, we did a video on that too. But we have all of these to go through. We've never gone through them before, so let's go through them. And I also have to clean these, which is gonna take some time, so hit the like button if you guys haven't already. I would really greatly appreciate it. This video is probably gonna take me all night to finish, but it's definitely something that has been well overdue, and I can't wait to finish this up and see all the DVDs and media together finally. And then we got to work on the display and have the best place possible to watch all this stuff. So this whole stack right here is all live action Nickelodeon movies. And yes, for most people, when you think about Nickelodeon, you think about animation and cartoons, maybe the live action shows. They do have a lot of original movies, similar to like Disney and Cartoon Network. I mean, they had a couple. We had Ben 10. But examples like Michael Bay's TMNT, or this one, Torgas Ninjas 2, which is a really big film, and we got the Blu-ray one right here in Spanish, and it was sent by Jason and Emma Jean in 2022. Next up, we have the iconic M. Night Shyamalan Avatar: The Last Airbender cinematic masterpiece. Let's go ahead and put this one over there. The next one we got is the Orange Years. Then we've got iCarly Season 4, Naked Brothers Band the movie, a series of unfortunate events with Jim Carrey and Jim Carrey. Then we have Shredder Man Rules.
Nolan Bird has a big problem, but now
prepare to be shredded.
He's dishing out some cyber justice.
Take that, sucker!
Which you have the Nickelodeon orange copy and also the black copy. Naked Brothers Battle of the Bands, a 3-pack with Rango, Charlotte's Web, and Barnyard. Yes, all 3 of those are Nickelodeon films. Another surprising Nickelodeon film, Hotel for Dogs, with Jake T. Austin from, from Wizards of Waverly Place.
George?
Georgia. Her name's Georgia. And Lenny.
Charlotte's Web, and Charlotte's Web in French. Good Burger. And one of my favorite live action movies of all time is Nacho Libre. This movie, just from start to finish, could be an ab workout. It's so funny, and all the characters, and especially Jack Black, and his interaction with all the other characters is amazing.
Surprise. Get that cone out of my face!
And then we've got Dora, the Lost City of Gold, which I've seen recently, and it's actually pretty good.
Mmm, delicioso. Can you say delicioso? Say delicioso.
Next up, we have Clock Stoppers, which I've actually never seen this movie, so I have to check this movie out. Another movie I have yet to see, and that is the Fred movie. I definitely will probably check this one out one day too. I have so many of these films that I have to watch, but a majority of them I have, but I also haven't seen Fred 2 or Fred 3 or Fred 4 if that's a thing.
You're outnumbered.
Yeah, that might be true, Devlin, but I've got dancing pecs, this mystical tattoo.
One of the coolest DVD covers, season 1 of Zoe 101, which is designed like a composition book from the back and the front. We have Nickelodeon High School Musical, and we have Are You Afraid of the Dark season 1. So that is all the live action stuff we have there. I wish I had on Are You Afraid of the Dark, the full series. There's so much that we still have to do on the live action. It also comes down to the fact that they don't really release complete seasons for a lot of the live action shows like they do with Spongebob or the other animated shows by Nickelodeon. Notice I had to put Spongebob in his own category, you know, he's special. So that's the live action ones. Let's move them over here. Now we're gonna rapid fire through these because we have quite a lot of them, and that is Nick Jr. DVDs. I don't necessarily watch these ones as often. Maybe I'll throw them in the DVD player in the background every now and then just for the nostalgic vibe. But when I'm sitting down watching something, I usually pick something from my Nicktoons category or the SpongeBob stuff or any of the other things we got in here. So this category we're gonna go through a little bit faster, and who knows, maybe one day if I have a kid, then they'll have an amazing collection of Nick Jr. stuff if that's what they're into watching and it's not just, that's probably gonna be the case. So we have Nick Jr. Favorites Holiday. We got Blues Sing Along, Oswald's Big Help, Welcome to the Big City with Oswald, Springtime with Max and Ruby.
No, Max, you can't make a worm cake here.
Dora Saves the Mermaids,
I'm a mermaid. Wow.
Blues Clues, Blues Big Birthday, Peter Rabbit's Christmas Tales. I got this at the dollar store amazingly, and it's a very Max and Ruby Easter, which is a compilation of 3 Max and Ruby Easter DVDs, which probably has like just about every episode except for the new series. So I gotta say, this one's a good one. I'll probably throw on very soon here. Celebrate Spring with Nick Jr., Blues Job, which sounds strange if you just kind of say it out loud really quickly. And then we got Alphabet Power, Blue Stock, Wow Wow Wubsy, A Tale of Tales.
Wow, wow, everyone. My name is Wubsy.
Max and Ruby Candy Apple, Perfect Pumpkin, Easter with Max and Ruby, which is the only one that seems to not be in my compilation box here, so it's good that we have this. We have all the, I mean, go figure, it's a show about rabbits. They seem to have made quite a lot of episodes about Easter. Team Umizoomi, All-Star Sports Day, Dora's Ballet Adventures, Super Silly Fiesta, Undercover Dora, which undercover means just give every character sunglasses. Now they are undercover. You don't know who I am. Nickelodeon 1, 2, 3. Put it over here in 3, 2, 1. We got Dora the Explorer, Super Baby's Dream Adventure. This is quite a title. Animal Friends, Dora's Christmas Carol, Miss Spider's Sunny Patch Friends. And finally we have Blue's Clues, Shapes and Colors, the one that the spider decided to live in. Now we are to the main Nicktoons ones, and then after that we are getting to the ones that I probably watch the most. So we have Danny Phantom Season 2, and that one's sealed. We have Relative Chaos, which is the only Loud House thing that we have in the room here besides a plushie or 2. So we for sure have to look out for more of these. We have Legend of Korra 1 through 4.
Earth. Fire. Air. Water.
We have Nickelodeon Unearthed Gems, which is another DVD I found at the dollar store, surprisingly. Nickelodeon Robot Invasion, and the complete Nickelodeon Out of the Vault set that was sent over by Aaron this year in 2023. We got All Grown Up, The Penguins of Madagascar, Hey Arnold, Stoop Kid and Other Stories, Rugrats Go Wild, Superhero Spectacle, TMNT, Rise of the Turtles, along with Enter Shredder and also Showdown in Dimension X, Sea of Trouble with Jimmy Neutron, and one of my favorite specials, and I swear I feel like Fairly Odd Parents always has some of the best specials, and that is Abracatastrophe the movie.
We'll
Timmy loses Magic Fairy Versary Muffin to a monkey who makes apes the dominant species, who then loses the muffin to Mr. Crocker, who then rules the world, and Timmy has to get Cosmo and Wanda back from the monkey so he can stop Mr. Crocker.
Like literally, this along with School's Out are one of my favorite specials or Nickelodeon movies of all time. So I'm so glad that we have this one on DVD. Okay, so now we are into the movies that I probably watched the most here. That's why I have them available. This one right here is the Rugrats 3 movie trilogy, and I think this is perfect to have available, so it's always over here on the left. It has the Rugrats movie, Rugrats in Paris, and also Rugrats Gone Wild, or Go Wild. So all three of those movies are accessible in this one box, so I always keep this one available. We have the Nicktoons Christmas is perfect when it comes around Christmas time, so I don't have to look through my Rugrats sets or look through my Spongebob sets to try to find the Christmas episodes. All of them are right here on this disc, so I love this one so much. And it's the same thing going for the Nicktoons Halloween. Plus, you cannot beat that cover with the walking mattress and Tommy with that Vegeta hairline. Got 20 Garfield stories. We have Garfield the movie and Garfield Tell It to Kitties, which as of right now, Garfield is a Nickelodeon property. When these discs were released, they were not, but nonetheless, I still keep them in the room here, since now Garfield's a part of the family. We have the new Rugrats series, season 1.
Hey, back away from those babies! Says who? Says me, Angelica!
We have the Hey Arnold movie. We have Camp Coral. A Nick Picks Holiday, which is similar to the Nicktoons Holiday, but this one has a couple modern shows like Life is a Teenage Robot, Chalk Zone, Danny Phantom, and All Grown Up. So it's the same reason as the other disc. Another copy of Abracatastrophe, because like I said, I love this one. It's probably the best value of all of these, and I still am so glad that they made this disc. And that is the 6-movie collection. It has all the movies that came out in that period of time, and then if you couple that with the Rugrats trilogy, which you can get both of them for like less than 20 bucks together, you have all the big budget releases that they came out with at that time. But nonetheless, you know, I still have the Rugrats movie, Jimmy Neutron, all of those movies basically in individual DVDs too. Oh, and also we have Back at the Barnyard with the embossed cover. Is it embossed or embezzed? I don't know. And then, one of my favorite things to watch. I'm not even in school, but every single summer, nonetheless, I watch this, and that is the School's Out musical. This thing got me so hyped. I will never forget the summer when this came out. It was an unbelievable time going into summer, watching this episode and being just as hyped as all the kids you can see here on the cover. So this one will always have a great place in my heart. So I love this one along with the Abracatastrophe. I would love to get the Fairly OddParents Complete series on DVD one day. Hopefully they release that. But that's all the movies right there. And then now these are getting into the box series sets. So we have the complete Ren and Stimpy set here, which you have season 1 and season 2. You have season 3 and a half-ish. And then you have season 5 and more of 4. So this helps you complete the entire series right here. But it is still not the complete series because there is also the lost episodes that they released on Spike TV when Nickelodeon had disconnected from Ren and Stimpy and it was on Spike for a while. And that is this right here. I will not be showing anything else other than the cover. Next, we have the complete series of Angry Beavers, the complete series of Danny Phantom that we got in from Brandon Summer last year. We got Jimmy Neutron, complete series, of course. We have the complete series of the Wild Thornberries, Rocco's Modern Life, the complete series, and 2 variations of it, which are one released by Technicolor and then one released by Shout Factory. We have All Real Monsters, complete series. We have the complete Cat Dog series, because you gotta have that. And then we have the Hey Arnold Jungle movie, along with the Hey Arnold complete series. But better than that, thanks to Elizabeth, who sent this over last year, we have the Hey Arnold Ultimate Collection, which is so sick because it actually has a Jungle movie on it, the original Hey Arnold pilot, the original claymation short, the original Jungle Book movie development, the Jungle movie, I didn't mention that. And like I said, the original Hey Arnold movie, I haven't mentioned that. I feel like I looped it around there a couple times, but it's all on there. But that is all of the Nickelodeon DVDs that we are adding to our account here. We do have all of the Spongebob ones over here, but we are not gonna go over all of these because like I said, I have gone over the complete Spongebob movie collection in its own separate video. So go ahead and check that one out. This one was kind of dedicated for the other DVDs and movies we had today that we've never gotten to cover. So now that we have all this done, I have to clean all these new ones that we have to put in the shelf here. And after that, we're adding the DVDs, and then we got a couple games to go through. And then after that, we finish it off by decorating and completing the setup that we're gonna watch all these DVDs on. Sorry to get up so close and personal with you, but thing's pulling my damn hair. We gotta put them all in here. We got the Dora DVDs right here in a stack and a couple extra ones. You guys will see, I showed you all those Nick Jr. ones, but after putting them all in here, you can see how much space we really have now, because putting all those Nick Jr. ones in here, we still haven't even taken up the first shelf here. So now we're gonna add some more of our Nicktoons ones right up there on top of those ones for right now. And like I said, we'll just be moving up in order to make organizational space. Okay, I spoke a little too soon. There was a couple I forgot. Welcome to the channel. I do that a lot, but you'll come to love it over time. Okay, and then because we're putting this in order from my most watched to my least watched, right after Nick Jr. would be the live action ones, because I usually don't re-watch the live action ones unless it's Nacho Libre. So I usually will pick something animated, so that's why that's gonna go up higher. So let's do the live action ones, and on top of that, we're gonna do Nicktoons and keep going from there. Okay, and that completes all of our live action movies. So next, we're gonna be doing the general, more like Nicktoons disc, like compilation style ones like these together. And then of course, on top of that is the most watched stuff would be the complete series, and then all the Spongebob ones, all of them. We got a couple more Nicktoons, which we're gonna actually add back in here, which doesn't seem like the best place because it's not as visible as down here. But realistically, this is gonna be way easier to grab because it's right here next to the DVD player we're gonna be setting up soon here. Okay, and the rest of this, guys, we're gonna leave for room because, I mean, the more we get, the less we find. But at the same time, in case we get some new ones, we wanna have room to move up. So we're gonna leave all of this space available for new Nicktoons, Nick Jr.'s, live action movies. And then I'm gonna go up here with some of my favorite stuff, and we're gonna save the top shelf for SpongeBob, and then we're gonna leave the final two shelves for display until we get more media even, and we have to move that up too. Okay guys, so sorry if the footage has been all over the place. We have it all together now. You know how organizing goes. You're like, oh, this goes here good. And then you're like, oh, that was the worst idea ever. Let's completely undo that and do it this new way that's apparently better. And then that sucks too. And then you do it again and again and again. And then eventually you find a good place and everything works. So we have everything covered now, from the VHSs. We have the DVDs, live action, Nick Jr. We go to the Nicktoon sets and also complete series. Then we have Sponge over here, and then like I said, we have basically two more shelves of extra room right here. And I'm gonna go over the video games very briefly, but in this case we have the Barnyard sealed, we have the Penguins of Madagascar sealed, we got Charlotte's Web. I mean, just assume it's sealed unless I tell you it's not, because a lot of them are. And then we have some that are pretty crushed up. We found this one at a thrift store. We have Breaking the Rules. These are not sealed. We have Battle for Bikini Bottom. We have the Dora Saves the Mermaid, Tack Mojo Mistake, Tack Great Juju Challenge, Nick Kart Racer, along with all the other Switch Nickelodeon games that have released so far over there. And then you guys can see everything else we have here. We have Truth or Square on the DS, Nicktoons Unite, SpongeBob Lost Spatula, Creature of the Krusty Krab, Super Spies. I mean, you can see everything in there. We have the whole Nicktoons Unite series in here, all 4 games. We got Naked Brothers bands. We got Dora the Explorer, which most of these I found at thrift stores. So it's pretty cool to see them all here. But like I said, we're gonna put a lot of these guys on display over here. And if not, I'm gonna put them back here for storage, because majority of those games you already have on display, like over here or somewhere else around the room. So that's what's gonna be happening with the games. Sorry guys if this video ends up being super long and it's a lot of just kind of constructing, but that's what this whole setup is. And I'm focusing a lot on just trying to make sure that everything goes in a good spot, and that way it looks appealing as well from your guys' angle on the camera on a daily basis. Okay, so let's start by moving everything out of here, like the waffle maker, the plushies, all this stuff's gotta go. We didn't have a board game section back when we put some of the stuff down here, so I'm sure maybe some of this stuff might come down here for display, but some of this might go to the board game section now, along with this guy too. We got a sponge down, sponge down. So move all this stuff out the way. Oh, here's the big bad mean SpongeBob right here. We found him with a tag on it back in the day. So this should be a kind of a nostalgic trip going through this for some of you guys too. We got random Ruby right here, which I'm actually gonna put Ruby on display over here with our Nick Jr. stuff. So now she's on the shelf with all the Nick Jr. DVDs, which I'll show you guys at the end here. Okay, and then we have our SpongeBob karaoke player, which usually goes right here, but we had to take it down for all of this dismantling that has happened. So we'll go ahead and put him back up soon too. Okay guys, so we finally completed this whole background here. This looks so much better. And honestly, I want to do more of these SpongeBob boxes, but these are the only ones they've released so far. So I figured we put the DVD player and the SpongeBob Heelys one, since it's kind of along the same face-like designs. So now we're gonna put a couple plushies right up here in front, because this is just where my feet go anyway. And then we're gonna move our way up to the actual desk. Oh yeah, I like him. He looks cool right there, just hanging out. Okay, so I think this bottom shelf is done. I'm gonna save some of the tech items for up there. And I also left a little space right here for my feet for right now, but if they ever release a Patrick Squishmallow, he is for sure going right here. But I think this bottom shelf looks a million times better. I'm so excited with the way it came out. Right here, you guys can see we actually have one of my actual backpacks right here growing up. We have the blue roller SpongeBob backpack right here too. You guys may have seen the video around that one, so I think this thing looks perfect right here. And realistically, if you want to open it up, we could store stuff in there as well too. So now that we've finished this section right here being underneath the desk, let's go ahead and check it out closer with a little scan, and then we're gonna go up to the desk and start on that part. So let's run it back here. We have everything underneath here done. We have the DVDs down there done. We have the desk now done, which looks fantastic if you ask me. Then up here we have all the DVDs going up again. Then we have a little bit of a tech shelf right there for storage for right now until we get more DVDs and VHSs. We have some of the rarest figures we have in the room here, some prototypes and some really rare chases. And then on top we have some huge items like the Game Sphere, our SpongeBob traffic light, and then we also have Blue's house, because we do have a little Blue's Clues section here with all the iconic items, and that was kind of like the final iconic item that we needed to have here in the background, so we kind of fill in Blue's Clues completely right there. And the Game Sphere is just a little small Easter egg for those who even know what it is. And I'll go over everything on the setup a little bit better once we are finished, but I think this section looked amazing with the new revamp. I didn't change too much with the positioning of the items, just because they're already kind of in my preferred position. But now we have to hang up the artwork, and saving you for last, Crooked Patrick. Okay guys, it is literally 3 a.m. I just want to get this done, but it's so much fun, but I'm exhausted. But it's been worth it, and I wanted to get this section done. And man, oh man, I know this video has been tough, but I think it has all been worth it, guys. Some of you guys may have seen this artwork already. I did a video framing all of my production art. Right here we put some of the pose sketches, which has Sandy, SpongeBob, and also Pearl and Friends. And then I put Pearl and Friends down below, Mr. Krabs, and then we got SpongeBob with SpongeBob, and then we do have a Sandy cell animation, so we put Sandy right there. So as I said, these are the 3 cell animations right here, and then down here are production artwork for the movie. And since the movie doesn't actually have cell animations because it was made digitally, this is pretty much the best type of art you can get for the production of the movie. And I love this one, the All Hail Plankton on the Throne, with all of the post-it notes from the production. This entire wall looks amazing to be able to look at all this history from the show, these pieces that actually made the show, and then be able to watch it right here on the SpongeBob TV. Absolutely childhood goals. This entire setup is unreal. This is better than I could have even imagined as a kid. Incredible. I'm so happy we got to build this all together. You guys see one thing we still have to change. But not just that, we have all of these amazing statues we've been collecting together. We have some of the tech and a ridiculous amount, basically like a blockbuster of Nickelodeon amount of DVDs to check out too. And now with that adjustment, it is complete. Everything is finished. My brain hurts. It was so much fun though, and everything came out beautifully. There is some spots that I need to touch up in the paint, but other than that, we are 100% finished over here in this section of the room. I am tired, but that was a lot of fun. And thank you guys so much for sticking through it with me. But I gotta go get some sleep. But before that, you guys know the drill. Scan it! All right, guys, welcome to another one of Marcus's Forgotten Outros, episode number 2. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, make sure you guys smack the like button, subscribe if you're new here, all that great stuff. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys go check out Whatnot, where I'm streaming 2 times a week on Wednesdays and Friday. I know you guys are gonna love it, so go check it out. You get $15 off your first purchase. And I'll see you guys right over here in this video, which is the last epic video on this channel. But as always, Rep Pack, I will see you beautiful people in the next one. Adios. Bloop.